Come on, let's get on with this, Jem. Do your spiel.
Do your spiel.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Theatre Pitch podcast. I'm Jem, this is Joe.
Yeah.
And this is Sean.
Hello. Best till last. That's what it is. That's what it is.
I think it's just because the J and the J, we've got a bond. It feels more natural rather than jumping around the alphabet, Sean.
Jem, just get on with it.
Think about it this way, Sean. You're getting that and tag.
Oh, yeah.
Which some would say is more important than first billing.
Some people have purely stipulated it in their contract that they won't do something unless they are the and credits. So.
I'm the Samuel L. Jackson of this podcast.
I expect from now on, every week, I want that and introducing Joseph Ronchka tag.
Oh.
Ooh.
I want to feel like a new prospect every week and not the over-the-hill failed screenwriter I am.
You're not over the hill, come on.
But you are a failed screenwriter.
Yeah, come on. You've still got a chance to fail again.
Yes, and hopefully not fail at pitching, and hopefully, Joe, your picture's just gone.
No, it hasn't. No.
Oh, no, it hasn't. It has for me. Oh, well, I don't have to see your face.
It's okay, we can edit this bit out, right, Sean?
Nah, I don't know. I'll see how I feel, and I'm doing it.
Okay, well, I'm gonna segue back into hello, everybody. Today's episode is based on Noak Hill. Hopefully I'm saying that right, and it's not just Noak Hill. Spelled Noakhill. Joe, would you like to elaborate on Noak/Noak Hill?
Yeah. I'm going to say that I'll get to it in a bit, but I've actually just reread the article, and I'm pretty sure it might be Noak now. I'm still not sure. But
I'm still not sure.
Noak Hill is...
Hang on. Oh, it doesn't matter. I don't know what I was thinking then. No.
You see...
We'll get to why.
Noak Hill is a village in outer East London in the London Borough of Havering. It is located 17.1 miles northeast of Charing Cross. Noak Hill was a ward in the ancient parish of Hornchurch. By the 16th century, it came under control of the Romford Vestry and was included in the newly created Romford Civil Parish in 1849. The name Noak is a corruption of the Middle English at an oak, meaning at the oak tree. So I'm assuming because it's at an oak that it's therefore Noak.
Yeah.
It's Noak Hill, yeah.
So Sean can't read. Is that what? Yeah. That's what it is.
I would have said Noak Hill without that piece of information.
To be fair,
thanks, guys.
When you said last week's random one, I would have looked at that and assumed Noak as well.
Okay.
It's just like, we can't expect you to have read the full article as soon as you've clicked random.
Yeah, it just sounds good. It sounds better.
Yeah.
I was under pressure. I didn't realise it was my turn to do it, and I completely messed up all of the social media stuff, and then I pressed the button, and I was like, oh, it's a word, I best read that word, and now I've spent all week thinking, oh, did I pronounce it right? It's going out online.
It's
gosh.
The whole world. It's like the whole world when we first read Harry Potter and read Hermione's name, until finally... we had the films to clear that confusion
don't tell me you were one of the people who thought it was Hermione.
No, Hermione. I thought it was weird, but I thought maybe it was just a British thing. Anyway.
Oh, I never read it.
How did we find Noak Hill?
I was watching the X-Men cartoon while everyone was doing that.
I'll be honest. This week is going to be a real filler ep.
Yeah. This is a real episode 4, this is.
I actually found it... I think I've got a nice idea. I'm not entirely sure how I want to manifest it, but I know the story. I know what I want to do. I just got really down the rabbit hole with how I'd wanted to manifest.
Who wants to go first? Should we do rock, paper, scissors to see who goes first?
Okay.
I'm not sure how this is going to work because there's probably a bit of a delay. But
and there's 3 of us.
Yeah, well... It's fine. We'll just whoever died. Anyway.
Okay, can we all agree that if one person goes for rock and one paper goes for paper, the third person doesn't go for scissors?
Yeah, but how would we know?
We can't have a 3-way draw.
Okay. All right. 3. Go on. 3, 2, 1, go.
Jem lost. Jem goes first.
Okay. So
There we go.
Easy. Don't get why we haven't thought of this before. So simple.
yeah, it's so
Oh wait,
simple.
we forgot the rule. Just pick on Gem.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, just because I'm ginger.
For our audio listeners, Sean and Joe both went for rock, where Gemma went
Oh,
for
yeah, we
scissors,
forgot
meaning
audio.
that she has lost and shall forfeit and go first.
I am so glad that you did that, Sean, because I was as I pulled scissors, I was like, and they've both frozen, and I have no idea what's happening right now. And then when you came back, nobody was showing anything, and I was like, okay, I feel like I've been bullied. But all right, so
Don't say
Noak
that.
Hill.
Don't say that, Gemma. This is going out. Don't make it like this is like a cry for help.
Hey, bullying's not cool. Be a star.
Yeah, be a
No,
star.
trust me. My cry for help was my pitch to fight the evil water. This is not the cry for help.
Now, Gem, please get on with it.
Yes, so
We've got
Noak
places
Hill-
to be.
Noak Hill, when I first read this article, I was pretty stumped, and then I was just like, well, what's the most interesting thing about this town? It's quite old, but then I was like, okay, it's just been handed to various different parish councils a lot. And I was like, okay, well, maybe it's a thing about the people in town. Maybe it's like a Little Britain kind of thing, where it's a series of sketches or a series of stories of people living in this town. And then I thought that was really boring and I'd never want to buy a ticket for that. So I kind of thought I quite like the idea of how this little town, as boring as it seems, has actually got quite an interesting and listed buildings type history. It's got scattered farms and its 19th century church, and it's located immediately north of the post-war estate of Harold Hill, kind of thing. So it's truly a British town that's steeped in history. And so I thought, all right, I'm gonna nick an idea that I really, really like, which is if anybody's on Netflix and seen the Australian show Glitch, it's fantastic. But the basic idea for my show is stealing that basic idea, is that this is a show, Noak Hill is a show about individuals who come from Noak Hill, but come from Noak Hill across its history. So I'd want to do a lot more research than what this article has given us. But I'd go to Noak Hill, I'd find every town has that one thing that it's very proud of, whether it's the church or the town hall or this big hill or a castle or whatever. Go and find all of those places. Go find the people who are notable in this town's history. There are loads and loads and loads of groups on Facebook that are like, they're dedicated to people sharing the history and the memories of a town. So my thought was to do that and find these things, and if there's a diary that I can get my hands on, include some verbatim elements in there. But essentially, tell that story of Noak Hill, but through the meeting of people through Noak Hill's history. I don't know how. I'm not entirely sure, whether it's in the afterlife or they come back and it's a weird zombie not zombie style thing, or what situation has led these people to be together. Because I was sort of sitting there going, I don't just want it to be a straight play, because that feels very, very Waiting for Godot. But I also kind of wanted to break my instinct to go for on promenade, immersive, interactive, effortful, site-specific stuff, because I was like, maybe you through a walk around this town and you encounter these different people at the places that inspired those characters to be included in this piece. Because I really liked that idea, and then I was like, that idea is really very interesting for a lot of people, but for me, I'm kind of bored of my own trope. So that's why I say I'm not entirely sure, because I'm split between straight play and promenade site specific and interactive for how it manifests, but I really want to look into the people and the times and the history of Noak Hill and how it all merge and smoosh together in one time frame for the audience to learn from. There you go.
Have you ever been to the Black Country Museum?
I haven't, no, but I think
you'd like it. I think you'd like it.
Yeah. There's a bit in the York Museum where it's kind of where it's
no, Gemma, no.
Okay, never mind.
No. See what you just described there. You know what you just described?
Yeah.
That's sort of what they try to do. They get volunteers to live in the houses and the towns that they've made. And they tell you the story of how the house is. So you've just sort of described like little element of what they try to add, but you would just add in a big version of it. So it's what you said is doable. There's an Iron Bridge one as well.
I know it's doable. You know, I've seen a lot of museums do it. And I've seen a lot of places do it. It's just a case of whether that's how I want it to manifest, really. I think there's something very interesting in the idea, like, the glitch plays on, where all of these people across history, they have to kind of come together with their differing values, to sort of come to terms with how the differing values happen and what their life was.
So, Gemma, you want to do... Yeah. An immersive piece based around various people, dead people from history in one space, talking to one another.
Realised what I've just realised what I've described. Yes. So, for listeners at home, some of you guys who know the history of Sean and I will have clicked already.
I know what I've done during this show as well.
Yeah, I remember. I'm going to tell that story. Back in 2012, Sean produced. I don't know what it was the show that Sean and I properly met on, as sort of creatives outside of a seminar room, and it was called Undertaker's Arms, and it was an immersive show in Aberystwyth, Wales, in a pub called the
Rummers. It was in Rummers, wasn't it?
It was in Rummers. And we took over the whole pub, and there were various different people throughout history that you met that we created. There wasn't really anything verbatim about it. There wasn't anything sort of based in history other than our own research of the time.
Yes, it was. The couple were based on a real couple in Aberystwyth. Yeah.
Oh. So there was this lovely married couple. There was this crazy maverick pilot. There was a chef, and I played the disgruntled wife to a fisherman who I murdered my husband and then slipped in the bucket of water or something, and then ended up following him down to the pub of the underworld.
But basically, the reason why I brought it up, because it is very much old people, past people from history meeting up in one place to interact and interact with the audience. But your idea is that, but the whole town and real people.
I was thinking about that. I've been thinking about that show quite a lot this week, because I'm working on another project where I have to paint myself blue. And during Undertaker's Arms, we were all painted head to toe blue under amongst our costumes, because it was inspired by The Corpse Bride by Tim Burton. So I've been sort of sitting there going, oh, let's look back at those photos, see how they changed my face so that I'm not just looking like a smurf. I actually look like a person, because they did a beautiful, beautiful job with the makeup and the styling of that show.
That was all who done that? Sam Lyons.
Sam.
Give her a little shout out.
There's a little shout out for Sam. It was really, really great work, and it was so much fun to work on and to create. And it was the thing that made me fall in love with immersive theatre, and therefore it is the thing. Thank you, Sean Brady.
I didn't really do much on it.
Every one of these pitches, I try and pitch immersive theatre.
Yeah. She comes up with an immersive theatre idea, and it's like, Jem, you've done that.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm pitching Undertaker's Arms, but based in Noak Hill. Maybe they're blue, maybe they're not.
No, I think you should. I only brought that up because when you were describing it, and I was like, "You're just describing the other one."
Yeah.
But I think you should go more with like the real people. Like they were like.
Oh yeah, no,
genuine.
definitely. Like I want it to them all to be real people. So that there's this theory in. I'm about to get really boring for a split second. There's this theory in
play to your
theatre.
strengths.
There's this theory in theatrical theory where it's this idea of the ghost and the host. Meaning that every place has, for each individual, a sort of ghost that lives in their memory of the things that have happened in that space. So, a train station could mean nothing to one person, but could mean the place where they said their last goodbye to whomever. And that memory, it's essentially a way to really examine how a space has an impact on what you're putting in it as a performance anyway. And so this is very much kind of, my idea really plays on that ghost host thing of going, this actually did happen here, and we're perpetuating and giving that ghost a further life because, just like you go on ghost tours and then you never sit in that same pub exactly the same because you know that like there's now a ghost that sits in the corner, and that's a little bit creepy or fun or exhilarating, however you want to see it.
Or whatever you're drinking. Hey Joe, what did you think of Jem's idea?
Thanks,
Do you want to
Joe.
go? Do you want to go next?
Joe,
Or should we rock paper scissors?
No.
Let's rock paper scissors.
Joe goes next.
Ready, Joe?
Yeah, I'll go next. Pretty much.
I was
going to
go paper.
I mean, we can go
so
anyway if you want.
No, I was going to go paper. What would you have gone?
I would have gone rock.
Oh well, then we've just saved ourselves the time.
Yeah. So my idea, it's reasonably simple. It's based on one detail, really, of the Wikipedia, which is the bit I mentioned where it says that Noak Hill is 17.1 kilometers precisely northeast from Charing Cross. And also, if you look at the map of the kind of like London district area type thing that's featured on the online encyclopedia page, yes, I'm going back to keeping kayfabe, then it pretty much suggests that Noak Hill is on literally the boundaries of the edge of London. So my idea, quite simply, is return to the old favourite of Joe pitches a film, but he's slightly changed a few details. I want to do The Warriors. I want to do a site-specific type thing that is a very long play involving people walking along with a lead character who you don't find out for like the first 3 hours of this play. I've worked it out based on the average person can normally walk at round about kind of 4 miles an hour if they're on decent stead. So it's like a 5-hour play.
So you're walking from Charing Cross to
Noak Hill. Yes.
Okay.
And basically, you find out over the course of this that it's, I don't know, it could be anything. Case of mistaken identity, that kind of thing. But put simply, our hero has been accused of some kind of murder or something, and they have to get out of the centre of London alive while all of the gangs of London are looking for them. So over the course of this, we will follow them as they have to travel on foot because people are patrolling the motorways in cars. And the entire thing we will see is this person basically walking and live stunt show fight sequences going along as they try to get out of the centre of London to Noak Hill. But the twist is, it turns out that the person who framed them was in Noak Hill!
Okay. Joe,
that's literally all I've got.
Joe, have you ever walked 17 miles in one go?
I've done
7.
I was about to say 7, yeah.
I was about to say, because I've
done between 7 and 10, I think.
I've done 10 and it nearly killed me. You're asking me to do double that.
Yep.
No, he's asking you to pay to do double that.
No, I'm asking you to pay to do double that while taking occasional breaks to watch fight scenes.
Yes. And character moments.
And do you think we're going to provide chairs? No.
There's bus stops.
I'm sorry. Would they have had chairs there? No. It's immersive.
Okay.
Jen,
I'm
you
just
could-
trying to look up.
Yes, the
No, no.
ambulance then was timed.
So a marathon is 26.2 miles, right?
Yeah.
You're asking people to run over half
No,
a
walk.
marathon.
He's
Walk.
walking.
No, I'm asking them to walk with breaks.
How serious he is.
He's so serious. Okay. I mean, I'm seeing a logistical issue.
Okay, fine.
I
We'll
mean,
extend
I
the time
suppose
frame to 5.5 hours and put more breaks in.
I suppose after lockdown, a lot of people have been walking quite a lot. So, I know one person who I was like, "Oh, what have you done today?" And it was always "Oh, I've gone for a walk,"
Al-
and I got a
Also-
little bit worried. So,
I will point out that over the course of the film The Warriors, they traverse 30 kilometres. So,
yeah, you're right. I just think people who aren't running for their lives are a little less willing to do that. I don't think people who are running for their lives are willing to do that, but they do it anyway.
well, you know. The thing
It's
is, this was
theatre.
my only idea, and I'm going to enjoy watching you try and combine this with whatever it was you said.
Oh, I can easily do that, but I'm excited for it. Let's see what Sean has to pitch in to make this potentially something that's on rollerblades. Or...
No, well,
Sean's going to
You
pick
may-
Starlight Express.
It's
on the
still my
on
favorite.
M25.
And it's all on bumper cars under Spaghetti Junction.
No, because that's not the M25, Joe.
I know.
Yeah.
It
That's
was,
the
it
M.
was just I was just thinking then, to be honest. Bumper
M6.
cars under Spaghetti Junction would be pretty fun.
Have you ever drove? You ever drove on Spaghetti Junction?
I've been in the car when it's
It's
been
not
going
nice,
on.
man. It's not nice. You're indicating. You're like, I think that's right. I think that's what way I'm going.
Tell you what.
Maybe
Drive on there too much, you won't want spaghetti.
it's one of them. If you get it wrong, you could end up in Aston or IKEA. It could go really badly.
Those are the two places you can end up off Spaghetti
They are
Junction.
literally but
Aston
they
or
are
IKEA?
literally What else is around there?
Okay, Sean, what is your pitch for
Hi,
No Kill?
Hi guys. So No Kill, I googled it, and maybe what you guys don't know. So okay. So when I get a place, when we actually got a place, I thought, well, whatever I do, it's going to be in that place.
Yes.
So I need to have a look at the place,
Mhm.
and there's not much going on in No Kill, is there?
No.
Except there is Old MacDonald's theme park.
Oh my goodness.
There is a small child focused theme park sort of thing in Noak
my.
in Noak Hill. I'm gonna say it right. Right. So I was really worried that my idea was gonna be stupid, but thankfully I went after Joe. So I want to do a Halloween sort of like late afternoon evening event at the theme park, and it's a murder mystery, right? But think more Scooby Doo, right? So you know how
Yeah.
Scooby Doo, like there's always like a monster trying to get everyone to leave. So I'm basically ripping off Scooby Doo, but I'm not having the kids there. The people who come, they're the pesky kids, right?
Yeah.
So you book it, you get a time slot, yeah?
Yeah.
You go there, you go on your time. So say you go at your time slot's 3:30, and then you've got, and then as your day goes on, you're given other time slots. So you're given 3 more time slots, and you've got to be at a certain place for that certain time. And the first 2 you're given, so say you've got to be at X ride at this time, and you have like a scene, and say you've got to be at X ride at this time, and you have a scene as well. But you're also given like, you know, sort of the story. You're sort of given like a map, and you go round and you find the clues to who the what the crime is, or who did the who's really the monster. And like, so you have like little ones, but then you also have like the big ones, the big stage moments that you go at your allotted time. And the third one is you don't know the location. You know 3 possible locations, and that's how. And then you work out the clues, and with them you sort of think, well, it's this location, we're going to go there, and depending on what location you go to will depend whether you get the case wrong, whether you get the good ending or the bad ending. And that's my idea. So you're enjoying the park. You have your little acting stuff. You know, your Scooby-Doo moments where you meet the janitor and he's like, "Oh, I've been here and then you meet like the good guy who's obviously the monster, who's like really in it for the money. You know what I mean? Like classic Scooby-Doo stuff. And then you can sort of work it out from them 2 moments, like where to go. But if you enjoy the actual park and go on all the rides, and you see, oh, but that must lead to this location or this location. So that's my idea. It's a promenade, sort of like, I wouldn't say it's but I actually, you know what, it is immersive, because you choose it. You're interacting with the narrative, and then you're choosing how it branches out at the end, and you're also enjoying the park. So that's my idea.
Like it.
So it's not just like, I'm gonna do Scooby-Doo at a theme park. No. It's let's put the narrative in there, but also still go on the ride, still use the space for what it is. I'm enhancing the park experience with my idea in Noak Hill, and that is the only link to the Wikipedia article, is that it literally happens in Noak Hill, because nothing, it seems, actually happened in Noak Hill apart from some guys made some listed buildings and made the park, the forest area, look nice. And apparently as well, the calf in the forest bit is really overpriced. That's also what I learned from my research. Because at first I went really weird. I was like,
oh my God,
because I saw. Just so we all know, the Scooby-Doo theme park idea, I'm locking it in. That's my idea, right? Yeah. But also, like, first I found this, like, it's like a forest, and it's like got a calf, so it's got an area where you meet. At first, I was gonna do, why don't we do a promenade version of the Blair Witch Project in the forest?
No.
That was what I was gonna. That was what I was gonna. That was one of the ideas. That was, and I was like, oh, but Gemma, I'm gonna save it, because I might save it for another episode. I think I worked out how to do it. I think I've worked out how to do it and how it wouldn't be.
Oh, I'm excited. Okay. Yeah. All right. Okay.
Scooby-Doo. That's my idea. But not Scooby-Doo. It's Noah.
I love it.
It's the Noah Kill Crime Busters.
Okay.
That's what I'm calling
Joe,
it.
Do you have any comments on it or questions?
Is there any way we can make it like that, but a really long walk?
Yes, so this is the part of the show where we move on to smushing them into one coherent, hopefully, show. And we return to our list of story, set, staging, cast, and anything else. I feel like I've missed something. Anyway, so, how do we smush these together? We've got a somewhat autobiographical, immersive piece. We've got a walking piece, and we've got Scooby-Doo but not Scooby-Doo, in a theme park.
I've got it very clearly mapped out how we do it.
I am interested.
We literally just do mine, followed by Sean's, and all of the murder suspects are people from history.
So, I did think about that being the option.
Can I just point out before you try and smush it together? It is very clearly a kids' theme park, so the rides are very small. So when you're trying to smush these ideas, they can't be like, it's the Warriors, but in that theme park. Okay, it won't work.
Okay, it's a murder mystery for kids on the M25.
Yeah.
See, I'm really torn because I can see quite a clear way for us to smush them, and that is, have the walking be something like, okay, we're gonna walk around Noak Hill, or we're going to take a set thing, but it means walking, and the murder mystery element is something great. Maybe it's a thing of you are being, or one of your group is being framed for murder, but you've got to go and find out who the real murderer is.
I wouldn't put a murder. It's not a murder. No one dies in Scooby-Doo. It's like a monster mystery, isn't it? No one dies in Scooby-Doo.
One of your group has been framed for being the haunter of Pleasant Cliff.
Yes, or one of your group is being framed for a crime in Noak Hill, and you've got to walk around Noak Hill, discovering various different people throughout time who have clues to what could have happened. So I quite like that, but I also really like including this theme park because I think it seems cool. I think if I Google it, I might disagree with my previous statement.
Old MacDonald's Farm and Fun Park. That's what it's called.
Okay. Old MacDonald. I'm Googling it right now.
Why are you Googling it? You don't need. It's a kids' theme park. It's not.
I want to see it. I want to see it. And
the pictures didn't look that good. But it's theme park, innit? I was like, there we go.
Oh, it's a really cute theme park too.
Yeah, it's for
It's got little piggies. Okay, so we need to set it in this park. I think maybe because a lot of the history of the town is in farm history, so maybe we set it in the park. The people that you're meeting and the ghosts that you meet and things like that, they are all people of Noak Hill's past. And well, if you're at a theme park, you walk a lot more than you think you do. But I like the idea that Joe bought has in Rip-Off Warriors of like, someone's being framed, so you have to go and figure out who it is before you get caught by someone else.
So it's the plot of the Warriors, but without their adult themes.
Yes, in a theme park. You know, and maybe you've got to also dodge by going through the various different rides. You've got to dodge like a couple of people that you're like, oh, they can't see me because if they do, I lose the show.
They can't see you, Gemma.
Like Pac-Man.
Wait.
No,
Jem,
no.
you do know
Sure,
you don't. Sure. Jem, you do know you don't lose at Pac-Man when the ghosts see you.
Joe, yes, I realised that as I said it, but Joe, Sean, I'm going to address your comment with the whole, I don't want them to see me, with Sean's best moment in theatre. Here's the story of the week. Sean, in his third year,
Whoa. Nice segue. I feel like Joe should tell this story.
Yeah. Hey, Jem, why don't you tell a story that you're the one person in the room who wasn't there for?
Yeah, Jem.
I was going to go for a different one because Sean, but it is a visual gag, so we'll go with your one because I know
Hang on.
your one.
There's another show where I was seen.
Wait, was there another show in third year?
Yeah, there was another.
Your walk.
There was.
Your crab walk.
I was in. I'm just saying now, Joe. I don't know if you know this, but I was actually in Chalkasian Chalk Circle.
Yeah.
No, I don't
so
know
Sean designed a beautiful set for a rendition of Caucasian Chalk Circle, and it was gorgeous. And I think it was the tech run because I remember it being safe that he was doing this. But there was this big archway in the middle of the set, and according to Sean, what happened was he got a message through the comms saying that the set was starting to fall down,
Yeah,
someone had to come and hold the set up for the rest of the show.
I was chilling out because I was done. I'd done my bits. Because I did actually have to go on stage to put an extra table in. But you got that and then drop something over. But that was in and out in the darkness. But the set
falling down, and the set was made up of elaborately Tetrised together bits of old furniture. It was beautiful.
I know it was.
But then when that falls down, it's a little bit worrying.
Keep saying how nice the set was. Keep saying
I know. I'm feeling very generous today, but it genuinely was. It was one of my favourite things that you've done. So there you go. There's my nice bit for you for the next 10 years. But halfway through the show, through this giant archway that's in the centre of the stage that you can't miss.
It was more to the right of the audience.
But it was still a large hole and something that if you walked behind it, you could be seen very, very clearly. And so Sean, unbeknownst to the audience, unbeknownst to me at the time, had been told that he needs to get to the other side of the stage to where he was in order to hold the set up. And the only way that he could do it was to cross that, in the middle of it, quite a serious scene, to cross that giant archway. And he did so in that way that if you've ever seen someone be on stage but not want to be seen on stage, you did.
I came from the other side. I came from the door closest to it. I came from the main door.
Either way.
And I remember I came from that door because I was on the other side of that door, like ready to go, just waiting for the call saying blackout. I was like, let's go and hold this set up.
Sean missed the blackout.
Did I?
And yeah, you did, because you were plainly visible, but you were also, it was with the energy of I've been waiting, and now go. But it was also, your arms were, if you were to ask a child to draw a stick man running, the weird way that that arms would be kind of put like one oddly at an angle in the front, one oddly in an angle at the back, and then sort of shimmying across the stage. This is very much what Sean did, and it's one of my favourite moments of Sean Brady entering stage without being.
Yeah, and then I held the set up for like the next half hour.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which, well done.
Thank you.
But Joe, you have a much funnier story of when... No, we'll save that for next week.
You know what? Yeah, we'll save that one for another time.
Yeah.
We don't want to burn all the stories, especially
We don't want to burn all the stories of how the guy who should have stayed backstage clearly did not stay backstage. Yeah,
especially as we kind of want to, see if we can spin a second series out of this podcast. And that was burn all the stories in series 1.
And that story all came from the fact that Gemma said, "You can't see me." And I wanted to make a nice John Cena reference, but she was like, no, we're going to...
You do a John Cena reference, and now Gem doesn't freak out anymore. Gem just comes down and talks over you, apparently, Joe.
So are we done? Did we do it? Did we do the show?
I think we've done the show. So the story
where's the scaffolding going?
We are going to build scaffolding around the entirety of Noak Hill, under the dome style.
So it's based, the staging is it's Promenade.
It's Noak Hill.
It's Promenade. The set is the old MacDonald farm in Noak Hill. The story is that you and one of your group have been framed for a crime, and you've got to go around the theme park enjoying it because you don't want to stand out like a sore thumb, but also trying to solve the mystery and find clues as to how who actually committed this crime, so you can unframe one of your group or yourself. But you're trying to avoid the people who are trying to catch you, and the people that you are trying to get information from are actually real figures from the history, life and times of Noak Hill as a town and as a people.
And they could be anybody. They could be the people operating the rides. They could be the people selling the weird stuff that you always get in the souvenir places that everyone thinks they should buy, but then when you get home you don't really want them. Or they could be the people selling the cheeseburgers. You don't know. It could be anybody. You could ask anybody the clues.
It could be it could be people out there on the ride. You could just start asking people who are completely oblivious to the show for some clues. Maybe they'll give it to you. Maybe we'll have to try and figure an operational way around
I wouldn't do that. I
Bless
wouldn't
you,
do
Joe.
that. I'd ask someone with a name tag. Because I know if I was in that situation and someone asked me for clues, I would give them the wrong clues.
Yeah,
and I'd be really elaborate
start making
as well.
some stuff out. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I do know that we do have to bear in mind here as well. There are people like that, and like my mum who tells the story of one time she did a murder mystery evening, and the one rule they told her is you're not allowed to lie. So all she did for the entire evening was lie, and she won. You've always got to remember that even if you set rules, there is someone who will just break the rules purely because you've set them.
So we know exactly where Joe comes from.
Yeah.
So the cast, I think it's not a small cast because it wouldn't be able to manage this
the
kind
staff.
of thing in a theme park. Yeah, I think
every resident of Noak Hill is now a cast member.
I don't think it's a big thing. I think it's something like 12, 15 people,
No,
20
it could
at
be.
max.
It could be. Yeah, the core group of like the stories is 12, but every staff member could be. You could just give them like a generic like. This is what you know. So if anyone asks you a question, you only know these set things. You only know these two lines. If someone asks you like, "Oh, who done the X crime?" and you could be like, "Well, I'm just a old farmer here in the north of London, and I don't know anything about no crime. But if you want to know about sheep, I'm your guy." And then that person could be like, "Are you over 4 foot? Then you can go on the ride."
Hey,
and then you can also turn around and be like, I ain't trusting you because you said North London and we're in East.
Jem?
Yes?
Why have we never got Sean to write the dialogue for our shows? I'm just a farmer here in ye old northeast London.
We need to get him to write. Sean, do you want to rewrite the solo show that I'm writing?
No, because I'm not a writer. Well, like this is how bad I'm not a writer. Is like, I know Joe could like knock out like 7 pages for like a podcast, and it's took me like 2 weeks to like write up notes, and like I got to the point where I'm like, I know it in my head. I don't want to write anymore. I'm not a writer. I'm not, and I can't write it down anyway, Jem. The goal that I come out with, I just come out with it. So what we're saying
is we've got to devise with Sean.
What I like Sean kind of what he's saying there by giving me that compliment is effectively he's saying, Joe, you could be good if you actually tried.
Yeah, Joe. Well,
Yeah.
If for once on this podcast you tried, Joe, you might have an idea.
Yeah.
Joe, if you tried, you wouldn't be a failed screenwriter.
Yeah, but...
Ooh, full circle. Circle, right?
Gemma.
But instead I've got a proper job.
No, Gemma.
So...
Too far. Yeah, Jem.
Yeah.
Joe's got a proper job, and I've got a proper job. What do you do?
I've got a proper job. It's a millennial job, but it's a proper job.
But what do you do though?
What do you do? Do you work in the avocado toast factory?
Yeah.
I wish I worked in the avocado toast factory.
Do you make TikToks for cats now? Is that it?
No, I make TikToks for other people. There you go, everybody.
Oh God, she actually genuinely probably makes TikToks.
Our demographic isn't a TikTok user, so luckily no. But one day,
So you make Vines, yes. Old person TikToks.
I'm so glad I don't make Vines. I never understood Vines. I looked at them, raised an eyebrow, and then never looked at it again.
Remember Tout?
What? No.
I miss MySpace. Remember you could like pick a song that sort of was like, oh, this is the song I think represents me. Remember them days? Those were good days.
Remember Bebo, where you could change the background to something that was shiny?
The owl
I
from
hated
Jason and the Argonauts.
That was too.
I hated Bebo. Anyway,
you could change the background on MySpace. You could get them codes that changed all of the layout if you just put it into your About Me bit. I mean, it was quite.
I mean, frankly, you're all forgetting about Habbo Hotel here, the true king of social medias.
So, any other needs for our smorgasbord farm Noak Hill performance?
No.
No. Cool. Well, on that bombshell, Joe, so Sean chose Noak Hill. Joe, have you got Wikipedia out or a random online encyclopedia generator?
Jem, stop breaking kayfabe again. God.
I know, it's hard. We all know it. It's like the elephant in the corner. Joe, do you want to take over and tell us what we're doing next week?
Right, well, while I go on to the online encyclopedia to find next week's article, please check us out on the socials. Wherever you're looking, go look. OFitD Productions or OFitD Arts, I think, on the Twitter. But please, look for us wherever it is. And if you're not already, subscribe to the Theatre Pitch podcast. We're available on YouTube. We're available on multiple streaming services. We're on Spotify now, aren't we?
We are.
Yep.
Super
We're on
exciting.
Spotify. But
iTunes.
if you want to follow,
Yep.
all the big boys.
And
But if you want to
Google.
follow the
We're on
big boy
Google.
of Twitter, that is
Tell
Sean
everyone we're on
Brady.
Google.
We're on Google.
Thank you.
Sean, where can we follow you?
You guys know by now. It's still Shawnee B on Instagram. Don't follow anywhere else because I don't really do anything on the other stuff.
It's going to get really confusing one day with Sean being like, it's still Shawnee B, and people are going to go, is it still Shawnee
Sorry.
B, or is it just still?
It is.
Well, they're
at
not. Well, they're not
still Shawnee B.
because I edit it and it says here.
But if anybody's listening, it is at still Shawnee B. There you go.
If you're listening and you're one of our, there might be someone who's blind listening to this, or listening
just
to the
listening
podcast.
on Spotify.
Yeah, or iTunes or Google.
Thank you.
Don't forget that Google.
Google.
Hey Jem, where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at OFITD_Gem with a J. I did not just totally blank on what Instagram was. Never mind how you find me.
Instagram is a popular social media platform where people can share photos and short videos.
Pictures. And if you want less pictures from me and more words, you can find me on Facebook at Gemma Rolston.
And if you want to find me, you can only do so on Twitter at NotJoeRonchka. What's that, Sean? That's NOTJOERACZKA. I want to see how closely Sean's been listening.
I can't.
Clearly not
I
closely
can't wait
enough.
till we do that in like a fringe show. It's gonna get me every night.
So, who is ready to find out what next week's article is?
I'm ready.
And I am so happy that it's one that actually, for once, I know something about.
Uh-oh.
It is No More Shall We Part, the 11th studio album by Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds.
What?
Yes, that's
Okay.
right. Everyone's favourite Australian alternative rock band, Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Their 11th studio
that
album released in
band.
2001.
Yeah.
Yeah, that band. I love that record. I own it on vinyl, CD, and cassette. Oh.
I mean, to be fair, it's the one thing to say with this is, fellow caveheads listening, I'm sorry. I know it's not the Boatsman's Call. That was the one before this one. I'm sorry. I say this.
Joe.
I genuinely own both
Yeah,
of those
Joe.
albums and love the two of them.
Oh, well, that means.
So
that
this
you're
is going to
just
be a
gonna
week of
binge
me
it.
telling you both, fuck y'all, you're wrong.
That's not what that song meant.
I'm sorry. If we reference the Genius lyrics page for this song, you can see it means this.
Oh my goodness, it's gonna be brilliant.
There
We
is
just
no
have
way
to-
any of these songs even remotely linked to Stephen Burkoff Shaw. No.
Stephen Burkoff can burk right off, if I'm honest.
You've used a Beckett play, Sean. God, no.
If you're listening
can't
to
wait
this, Stephen Burkoff, you can.
I can't wait for Joe to turn into Karen next week.
Karen?
A Karen. It just sounds like you're gonna Karen your way through this.
Oh,
Um,
she's making like a topical reference
Oh,
to like
I forgot.
Karen.
You're going to do a
Yeah.
funny dance and point at some text on the screen.
What?
It's a reference to
What?
TikToks again.
I'm really like.
Sorry,
I'm really
I don't know all your gosh darn Zoomer speak.
Okay. as we all just evolve and fall apart and get confused, this week's episode has been Noak Hill. Next week's episode is going to be some band from Australia with
It's
some
called
album
No
that's
More
apparently
Shall
not
We
as good
Part.
that's not as good as the one that was
Gemma,
before
stop being so disrespectful. It might be great music that we are
I've
yet
just
to
never heard
discover.
it. But we will discover it this week.
Gemma, by the time of next week, we may have discovered the new sound.
Okay, I'm sorry, listeners. Both of them spoke over each other for a long time there. I don't know what was going on.
Gemma, just listen to me. Every time he talks over to me, I edit him out. Don't worry about it.
Harder to do on the video.
And on that bombshell, thank you everybody. I don't know why I'm saying on that bombshell. We're not including that as
Hang
the
on,
ending.
is that a Top Gear reference?
That's a Top Gear
That's
reference.
how-
I don't know how
that's how
Top
I
Gear's got
that's
into
how
me.
Top
Get your
Gear
own
ends.
catchphrase, Jen.
So Top Gear ends, Gemma.
We need to find an ending. Okay, bye.
Well, as every week, you're the weakest link. Goodbye.